Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the next part, and we're going to continue the game from where we left off in the last one. So if you have not watched the last one, you really should. God. The planetary invasion weapon Deus has awakened in its arc. Merkava was activated. Deus began to absorb one after another the mutated people destined to become its parts, while the non-mutated would eventually only become a threat to it, to exterminate us in our civilization. It set us in action. The planet's surface was devastated by Merkava and the weapons born out of it, called the Seraph Angels. A lot. Considering how they were devastated by the mutations and the Solarian weapon and all that stuff, yeah. While pursuing a new awakened Deus reached chance upon Faye, whose whereabouts had hitherto been lost. What? I don't think that's a word. Maybe it is. I never even heard of that. Hitero been lost. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna pretend that doesn't exist. We're just gonna move on. Along with his gear, Weltall discovered together at the place where Merkava was originally located. We were overjoyed by Faye's return, but it was short-lived. Faye, for some unknown reason, Faye was found in a state of suspended animation. She did not regain consciousness. The people of Shiva and we ourselves feared a relapse of Faye's its power, and no choice but to put Faye into carbonite freeze. After all that they did, all that he did for them, now they're gonna freeze him. Your Majesty, why do the people of Shiva fear Faye so much? Even though Graf and its power are comparable. It is not that we fear him. We fear that the error that we ourselves committed, and now we are simply trying to put a lid on it. The error that you yourself committed? Shiva instigated a battle 500 years ago to gain independence from Solaris. However, we became overcome with the lust for power. Here in the war torn people people's will would no longer be with Shivat but with Nisan's mother, and that the people would assemble under Sophia. The Council of Elders of Shivat back then made a deal with Solaris. A deal? Yes. At the time, Solaris, or the Gas Ministry to be exact, were at odds with a woman who had the real power behind the scenes. Would that happen to have been Meng? Most probably it was. During the increasing power of the masses assembling in Nisan, the Gas Ministry schemed to hand over to us their antagonist Meng, and promised a division of the rulership over Earth's surface. But in exchange, we had to give them the rebel army that assembled in Nisan and also their patron, Sophia. The leaders of Shiva accepted, and it was decided that Nisan would be the location of the final decisive battle with Solaris. Shiva did not participate in that battle. Thwarted by the awesome number of Solarian army, and with their recent path of retreat cut off, the Nisan rebel army ran out of options and was destroyed. Caught up in the middle of it all was Lacan, Bart's ancestor Ronnie, myself, and Krelian, in quotation marks. You're also there? Yes. Surrounded on all sides, we were prepared to die. And then the rebels' forces' flagship appeared with Sophia on board. She sacrificed herself so as to create a path for our retreat. Sophia's ship headed straight for the enemy's main ship on a suicide attack. Has a large cannon laser attack, basically. We'll come to find out all about this soon. By the way, this is the only time we'll ever see tanks. I never noticed that, by the way. I never noticed there's actually tanks. You never see tanks in this game otherwise. Remember, this was 500 years ago, so the gears and everything were probably a lot less interesting. Thanks to Sophia's sacrifice, we were able to survive. However, her death changed the fate of two men. Grelian, who followed closely under her as the leader of the Nissan sect militia, completely lost faith after calling out to a god that would not respond. "I'll create God with my own hands," were the last words he uttered before he disappeared. And Lacan, he resented himself for not having the power to do anything while she died in front of him, so he began to search for the legendary power. Legendary power? God's resting place, Man, the source of divine wisdom, Raziel, and the animal relics which were curated by the very wisdom. Besides these, there is only one more legend, and that is Zohar. Zohar, that's the same name as the Zohar modifier, the power reactor Ming spoke of, saying it was the infinite energy source of the god Deus, but she claimed is also the source of our other powers in the driving force of all of our gears. It would have to be one and the same thing. It is the place that contains the ultimate source of this world's power, and it's said that only he who has the correct destiny will be able to discover its location. Losing all faith in humanity, Lacan sought after its power. Lacan became Graf, and the world collapsed. This tragedy happened because of the people's lust for power. Must take part in the responsibility for not having been able to stop it. And now, Faye, one who has the same power as Graf. We just wanted to seal up that dreadful power that arose from our own sinful deeds. Graf, the man once known as Lacan, sought after the power of Zohar, the one who had the same power as Graf, Faye. I asked for a premonition about that Faye too would awaken and seek out that power, and that presentiment became reality. Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes involved, but that's alright. Remember, we're gonna hear those those spheres going back around and around ever again with the Gasm Ministry. Too bad. He's not actually moving, by the way, it's just a camera angle. It's really strange for him to be able to move and being frozen. Where am I? Who am I? This is my memory? Doc. Bart. Rico. Billy. Wiseman. Graph. What about Ellie? Everyone, my memories. There she is. Ellie? Mother? It's getting closer. Necklace jump scare. Who are you? I'm surprised, that's pretty clever. You are it? I misjudged you. I didn't expect you to that you, the fake personality, would create a fourth persona. A fourth persona? You can't feel anything. You shut up inside your ego. Depressing facts and truths you won't face. You're afraid of them, so you desire to completely shut yourself off from the outside world. And so you formed a fourth persona, a fourth Fae. The name doesn't matter. He's the one on the stage. He's the one who's in control of our body. But it is useless form of resistance. Come with me. Hey, where are you going? He has the key. I merely want to borrow it. I've got to go somewhere. Are you coming too? It's very strange for him to allow him to come along, but he did. Come on, guys, eat up. You haven't been able to get this kind of food around here lately, have you? Well, this is also do my business savvy. What's wrong, Lacan? You look kind of down. What's bothering you? Are you worried about something? It's nothing. I'm just thinking about painting Sophia. I don't know why I agreed to do her portrait. Sophia, you mean your childhood friend who is now a Holy Mother Nissan? Not really a childhood friend. I just made her acquaintance at the monastery near my home when I was a child. She went to a clinic there for convalescence. She was frail. So what are you worried about painting her for? She does not wish herself to become a symbol of her set. Actually, it seems like she wasn't interested in having her portrait painted at first. But when she heard that I would be her painter, or the painter, she turned around and agreed. That's what I don't understand. I see. Then she must like you. What are you talking about? That's how women are. Really, Krellian? Hey, Krell. Huh? What's up? You're not having any? It's ready to eat. Yeah. The Holy Mother of Nissan, huh? What are you out? What? Are you out to offend divine providence or something, Lacan? Cut it out. It's not like that. What? You gotta lighten up a little. I suppose so. Sophia Sir showed me the book. Showed me that books are the best way to calm the heart. And now I'm hooked on reading. I'm not trying to brag, but I've learned a lot from things that I've never known before. But I have been reading this. What is it? Something borrowed from Melchior. It's about a form of molecular engineering. Nanotechnology. I believe that's a book found in the ancient ruins of the Zebulon civilization. It's a copy of someone's research report, but it's incomplete. I think there was even more wonderful things written in it, but we'll never know now. Too bad. So sad for you. What's wrong? You don't look so good. Well, yeah, you've seen melancholy at almost every day. Has something happened? I don't know, I just can't paint right now, sorry, but do you mind if we stop here for today? I see. Is it not good for you to it is not so good for you to push yourself too hard. Why don't you rest up for a little while? I'll have Krellian take you. Even so, there was a time when I did some very vicious things. I lashed out at random. Everyone around me feared me, even my friends. I lived a life surrounded by people who looked at me with fear in their eyes. But she was the only one who wasn't afraid of me. She would just smile. Peace of mind. She was the one who taught me what that was about, what that was, and how I could receive it. Show me how to live as a human. Are you not a human? What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, it's been 15 minutes and we have not no actual gameplay yet, guys. Keep that in mind. Disc 2 is kind of like this, unfortunately, but it's not going to be for too much longer. What are you doing, Lacan? Oh, it's you, Curlian. I was thinking I'd stop painting the portrait. Why stop now? It's the circumstances. I shouldn't be painting her at a time like this. Eventually, she too must stand at the front line, so... Is that really a problem? Lacan? Her smile, it's killing me. The more she smiles at me, the more I feel it. My very being becoming insignificant. Inside my heart there is this empty existence. Other than the painting, I have no worth. Yet she continues to accept my presence. I feel like I'm getting smaller and smaller. I didn't have this feeling in the beginning. I just wanted to paint her one more minute, 1 second longer. I wanted to keep on painting forever, but suddenly then I couldn't. As the picture neared this completion, the empty part of me started to manifest itself in my brushstrokes. I was meant to be painting her as she really is, but this picture is my own self. Knowing the self has begun to appear within there. That's why I've got to stop now. Your own self? You're just running away. You can't bear it when she smiles at you. By painting your portrait, you notice the gap between your own inner emptiness and her own abundance. You cannot fill that gap. That's why you're quitting your painting. You are refusing her. Even so, you still can't bring yourself to leave her, can you? In spite of that, why is that she continues to smile at you? You cannot accept her feelings. You do not accept her feelings. Tell me why, if it was me who was receiving such feelings. You're neglecting yourself too much. Why aren't you kinder to yourself, Mr. Never heard her say that. I never... That's a word that I don't remember seeing. Okay. Is this really your true expression? Yeah. To people who don't know that well, I guess. Well, I don't know. I just found this picture of someone different from the one that she usually shows us. I realize Lacan's feelings are in there, but I don't know if she's ever opened herself up and has shown her inner self to others like this before. Even painting is such a beautiful expression of Sophia. I just can't see the reason why you'd want to stop. Beautiful? Forget it. This picture, it's anything but beautiful. Lacan, you say you're empty, then why do you come along with us? What we've been doing up till now are not just acts of mercy. It's a fight for freedom. Time and again, you've been through life-threatening situations with us. A man who has nothing in his heart couldn't do that kind of thing, right? Ronnie, you're giving too much credit. As long as you do something to keep yourself occupied, you can ignore the hollowness inside. From the beginning, my very existence was emptiness. It wouldn't matter if I were to die right now. You live, you die, that's all. Pessimistic as usual, Lacan. And now you're lying. It is just that you are not good at expressing your own feelings. You're not empty. She knows that. That's why she shows only you her true smile. I don't deserve to see her true smile. She is the hope of the people, their support. There is so much more for her to do. Why don't she open herself up the heart to a mere artist like me? Bro. Hey, bro, what are you doing here? What's up? The Council of Elders of Shiva issued a decision. Tomorrow we will leave for Soylent. Soylent? That's in Solaris. Yes, and Sophia will be coming with us. That's ridiculous. Refugees are still increasing. We can't afford to have Sophia leave Nissan. Going to Soylent, that's plain foolish. It's too dangerous. What are the elders thinking? No, it wasn't the council's wish. It was Sophia's will. It appears that she expressed this desire herself. It can't be. What is she thinking? Originally, we talked about it just being us. Just us. The plot thickens. Sophia! Sophia! Lacan, what are you doing? You cut back. You keep back. I knew you couldn't leave Sophia in your care. I'll protect her even if it costs me my life. Yikes. Why don't you go get some rest, Krell? You haven't slept since the day before yesterday, have you? You shouldn't do that to yourself. I'm fine, it's not a problem. Look, I'll watch over her, so you go sleep. What will you do if you also fall ill? Do not forget, you are the head of the secret sex military forces. Okay, I suppose you are right. Ellie, I'm so sorry. It was my misjudgment that did this to you. I was terrified. It was like you could see right through me. Your eyes. That look. That was me. That was being reflected back in your eyes. I was looking at myself and thus painting myself. I couldn't stand it. That's why... Oh, Ellie, what in the heavens did you find inside me? When you wake up, I think I'll ask you that. On second thought, no, I don't want to burden you with my concerns. Besides, I wouldn't be able to ask you. One look into your eyes and I can't say a thing. I wouldn't even be able to tell you how I feel. You're the sweetest person. Ellie! You're someone who can't bear to see others hurt by your own actions, so you hold everything and bear all the burden. If you get hurt in the end, you think that it's fine. That's what I like about you. Stop, so don't say that. If you become just another human, everyone will. Humans aren't all that frail, you know? They don't need a symbol who is just appearances only. I believe that if you have light in your heart, you can overcome any hardship. What I have been doing is simply showing people that such light exists in the hearts of everyone. I'm just a woman. And to fulfill my womanhood, I am prepared to throw away everything, even this position. I'm just playing the role of Sophia, but I'm still me. I haven't changed. Cowardly, selfish crybaby, I'm still the same. Could you live like that and still be happy? I don't want to do that. No, Lacan. I want to live more honestly with myself. To be able to tell the man that I love that I do love him, and I don't really care if I get hurt or rejected. You only have one life. I don't want to turn around later and regret not having done such things. And there it is. Jealousy is dangerous. You think I'll let it end here? We are not their possessions. That was weird. I thought it was actually I thought the game was crashing right there. Thankfully it was not. Sophia, what are you doing? I'm ending this. You won't need to fight anymore. So Krellian, please open your fist, and with your open hand gently hold the people who will continue to live. Don't be foolish. We'll help you escape, so please stop. Thank you, Lacan, but sorry, there's no other way. Ellie! It was really laggy. Sorry about that. I don't know what to. I can't do much about that. Just lag. People support each other to live. It's what brings us happiness. So share that happiness and please, Lacan, live. Feels bad, man. Ellie. You were sacrificed as pawns in order to protect their own authority. Sophia was. Is this the ideal we've been searching for? What have we been doing? Heading towards Sophia ideals? Is this our own salvation? This isn't fair. Sophia was sacrificed for those bastards. Sophia said if you just had faith that the pit really open, but look at reality. God didn't answer our prayers. Is that because we didn't have faith? And if we didn't have faith, Sophia did. Why did she have to be sacrificed? Is God dead? Is she not there? Maybe God never existed to begin with. Faith in God. Do not look for it on the outside, for it is something one must build from oneself. I see. That's it. If God doesn't exist in our world, then I'll create a God with my own hands. Krellian. Sophia, please guide me. I will destroy all such false pretenses of love for you. Being together, all surviving comrades, we will never beat them if we fight them individually. So let us create a country that someday can stand up to against them. What are you going to do, Lacan? Whoops. He gave up. He couldn't do it anymore. Ellie? Gone. Now Mang. If only you had power, you could have saved her. You want it, don't you? Unrivaled power. Don't you want to become the absolute being? There. That's what I have sought after. And he don't even care. Wearing short sleeve shirt. Technically. Sleeveless shirt. In this kind of weather. Doesn't even care. But wait. That's not what I want. No, this is my very desire. So this is where Faye's being held. He deserves it. Let me pray on his weeping face as if it were an idol. As if I would. Yeesh. What is this? This is terrible. No matter what, this is going too far. He's still alive? How could you possibly be? You're human too, aren't you? Darn. Faye, oh Faye. Crying. Huh? Neither at you. Don't scare me like that. Crying? Who's crying? You mean our friend Faye is crying? Angry, hurt. He'll wake up soon. It's calling him. What do you mean? Very strange that Midori knows what that is. Whoa, what the? God, stop it. Faye? Dan, Midori. Run! Hurry, run away! Yikes! He rode through his carbonate encasing. Id. Faye took his gear Woltel and went for the search for the Zohar. We followed Faye's trail. Eventually, we arrived at the location where Zohar had fallen to Earth very long ago. Nothing could have prepared us for what we were about to see there. So we were unable to bring Faye with us. Sadly. Sadly. Could bring Bart with us. I suppose we could. Yeah, I suppose that's fine. Yeah, I suppose that's alright. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have our Omnigears anymore. What is that? Rip our Omnigears, but we can still win. We can still do this even without them. This must be the place. Yep, it is. Definitely. Wait for me. This is as far as you can come. From here on, this is my world. You can't enter. What do you mean? You're a subordinate fake persona, that's why. A subordinate fake persona? Yes, he is part of my memories from back then. He has sealed away the very meaning of my existence, my drive, my motivation, my subconscious id. Because of that, I became a basic blank persona. On top of that, I constructed a new persona based on my experiences since then. That is what you are now. Him, you mean father? You call him father? He who never did anything for you? It was because of his cowardly behavior. If only he had been able to protect me. If he had done that, mother wouldn't have died. Did my mother die right after I was born? What really happened to my mother? Tell me, Id. You don't need to know. You'll only disappear soon, along with your basic persona, the coward. I'll rule my being through the power of the existence. Of course you don't know. But it is etched into my psychotic memory. Your persona is fake, so you'll never stand on the stage of consciousness. You'll never be able to take charge of the memories from our past lives. I know the dreams and hallucinations. I've hidden them many times. Them, I showed them to you on purpose. To break the seal, I chose to weaken the power of your existence. If your mental energy is weakened, I can become free and do as I wish. What? There are still things inside you which you haven't been shown yet. Huh? Someone's coming. It's probably your friends. They must have followed me. Where are you going? I came to re-establish existence with a contact, to tie together all the threads of your memories since ancient times, and then cut them off. And as the fate the contact. All is ready. It's time for the true awakening. I will eliminate them all who were full of the hypocrisy from the very beginning. Wait for me, Id. You just stay here and observe. At least I'd watch, but he says observe. What is this? You get to see one of the best boss entrances of all time. Sadly, also one of the easiest. Doesn't make any sense why it's so easy, but whatever. Faye, this must mean this is Weltall's transformed appearance? Oh Jesus, lagging. Come on. Probably not for much longer. It's the Zohar modifier. I'm sure people will recognize this even if you played FFBE because of that thing in the background. Very important. So despite his appearance, it's so easy. One of the easiest bosses in the game, even though it's late game. Super easy. Even without Omnigears, it's easy. Pathetic damage for this point in the game. soon we'll get an upgrade to this, even though it costs a little bit more fuel. I gotta admit that is a cool move though. That is a cool move. Gotta admit that's a really awesome move. But it's just, kind of whatever still. Like we're like in like low grade gears at this point. And that's supposed to be the ultimate form. The ultimate gear. Hopefully I don't run into a glitch that the boss isn't supposed to do. Like before. I doubt it. Not over yet. You see how easy this is though? Like he barely does any damage and I still have so much HP. Really? That's it? That really awesome cool move and that's just, it only does 400 damage? Pathetic. I feel like they really didn't give him huge modifiers or something, because that's pathetic. Really sad. Not even threatened by this. There goes. You didn't need any help. Are you okay? Wiseman, we don't need help. Trust me. It's already too late. Assist me, for I'm about to exterminate id. What? Why Zoar's Deus Core slave generator and other. It's the source of all their energy. After attaining its power, the freshly awakened id intends to annihilate this world. The contact with Zora was meant to have been done after the unification of Trey's persona. Huh? Keep back. You again. You're always getting in my way. But I can't be stopped by you. You couldn't even protect his own life and son. You can't not even bear to show your own face to your son. That's why you wear a mask, isn't it? Khan. Son? That's right. This man is Fei. No, my father, Khan Wong. Is that emotional damage or something? What the heck? I never understood that. You never even attacked him or anything. Weird. What happened to Fei, id? Too bad. 10% persona of Fei that you gave birth to, and all that work that your persona did to make him one perfect and unified whole has been wasted. He'll be swallowed up by me. Now for a minute, I'll destroy you first. As if you could, sissy. Mother died because of your cowardly behavior, and as a result, he ran away from that reality by entering into his memories, and I continue my existence bearing all that hatred. You wouldn't be able to imagine what it's like. I wasn't simply working to unify his personality, you know? All that you and I feel, the sadness, the hatred, even though he also experienced such things. Fei needed to be encouraged to build himself up in order to be able to comprehend all of this. Fei should be able to understand all of your feelings now. Now you want to erase the one who understands you. To kill Fei, what is it you want? Why ask me such a thing now? My purpose is the same as his. Total destruction. That and that alone. Is this world so bad a place that only there is hatred inside of you? You're the one who made me this way, you and that woman. Ah! Faye, can you hear me? Please take this fistful of memory I'm giving you. Become one with yourself and with me. Faye, what did you get? Where'd the real you go? Remember, you are not. Were you not going to help Ellie? Yes, this is inside id. A world filled with hatred and sadness. That's all that's here. Yes, now I understand id. Why you hate the world? Why there's nothing inside of you. Nothing. Nothing was given to you. You're deprived of all the happy memories. And yet, it feels pleasant. It almost feels good. Now I get it. There's no need to resist. I was originally an existence that was created as a cover to head id. So we better return to that place. Let's come together. To wipe away everything, including ourselves. Remember, were you not going to help Ellie? Ellie, that's right! Ellie! I gotta save Ellie. What is this place? What's he done now? He only called you in here for his own sake. This is inside the shell of your basic character, the room of the coward. I'm sure you've been here many times before. I remember now, in my dreams. Everything despised and unwanted he pushed onto me, while he shuts himself up in his own little shell, the coward Faye. Basis for our personalities. Who are you? Ah, you're my... Hey, let's watch this together. This is my most treasured possession. Huh. By repeatedly replaying the times he was feeling happiness, he lives in his own little happy little world. Well, I'm still alive, only because of what's in the leftover dregs. Here, I'll show you everything about me. Okay. Ours was an ordinary family. Strict but reliable father. A kind and loving mother. Up until then, it was complete happiness. But one day, mother suddenly changed. She was like a totally different person. From that day on, Faye lost his home. Father was away often. He had some important work. When father was away from home, Faye was taken to a place with mysterious machines. That there were many strangely dressed people. Many types of probes were injected into Faye's body as the start to some kind of experiments. The test caused Faye so much pain. Mom, help me. What are you doing? No. No. Mother didn't come to his assistance. Young Faye had no way of resisting, but he was able to endure. Eventually, the experiments became unbearable. Many people gathered around Faye. These people had a high compatibility with the animal relics. The psychic contact with Faye was to force him to awaken, but no one could make contact with Faye. The power drawn out of Faye, regardless of his will, destroyed them all. This is unbelievable. Mother allowed this to take place? Psychic contact, what do you mean by awaken me? To awaken God, everything had to be in perfect order, with nothing lacking. Things divided in the past must become one, completely whole again. Countless people died before Faye's eyes. Men, women, the old, the young, even demi-humans. Suffering Grief, fear, ecstasy, a variety of emotions and words lingered and tumbled about Faye like a broken dolls. It was a scene from hell. In front of Father, she acted normally. When Faye tried to tell Father about Mother's strange conduct in the experiments, Father's mind was taken up by his work and he did not really really listen. He thought it was just childhood fantasies. But he didn't have to endure the pain much longer. Faye's subconscious discovered a way to escape from the trauma. He formed a separate persona to deal with things that he didn't like or couldn't bear. He removed himself from out of harm's way. My role was to have all of the things he hated forced upon me the moment they arose. And from the time of the vision from him, I was dominated by the hatred. The hatred naturally turned into destructive impulses. I wanted to destroy everything. Mother, Father, the entire world. Finally, Father noticed Mother's odd behavior, but it was already too late. I had completely separated from that coward. My original self. The puppets were broken, and Faye's heart was too. What would make Mother do such a thing? Mother repeated the experiments to study the power she knew inside of me. The assistant inside of me, that woman, Mother, was Ming. That's a lie. No, it's true. Mother was Ming. That's right, Karen had become Ming. What is that you say? It's nothing special. Ming does not have only one host body. Ming's roots are sealed in the genes of all women. Any one of them could become Ming. This happened to me, Mother's turn. Only Ellie was special originally. No! Karen Ming noticed that Faye's memory time axis increased 2 or 3-fold. She then became convinced that Faye was the contact. Contact? Yes, I was the contact. That's why he called out to me, and why that time had come. Stop it, cut it out. Dad. Mom, help Dad. Hey Mom, why aren't you helping Dad? Dad's gonna die. Graf comes seeking the power that existed within me to return his own body. You understand now, don't you? Graf is Lacan. We, his descendants, who inherited his lingering thoughts and memories from him, know only too well. But 500 years ago, he would become a part of us both. Lacan became Graf. He destroyed everything on the face of the earth. He then mastered how to possess the bodies of others by dwelling in their minds. He was probably enabled to do this after his contact with the existence. The bodies died, but Lacan's spirit continued living by possessing others. He had come that day to return to his soul at last to the perfect reincarnation of his physical body. Body of Faye. Father fought him, but he couldn't protect Mother or I. Pitifully fought on while coughing up his own lifeblood. Graf made a mockery of Father, and Mother would not even help him when she needed the most. As for their son, he couldn't take what was happening any longer. I still don't know why it does that. That quick loading into that, it's so strange. He gave into his feelings and released his power, and as a result, Mother died. Mom! And he offloaded the results of his actions onto me. To avoid taking the responsibilities for killing Mother, he used me as a shield. I also killed Mother. He pushed all the bad things onto me, but kept all the memories filled with happiness and Mother's love to himself. And he shut himself away from those memories, inside his own little shell forever. This is the place. What you see before you is just what he made. He just keeps hanging onto those memories. That's what this is. Stop it. Just stop it. This is these screens. Is all there is to us? Oof, enough already. There's nothing here. Just a world filled with deception and pain. Can't be helped. This is our world. This is everything. I was a fool. It was all my fault. I was so busy with the duties in Chivet that I didn't notice Karen had changed. I couldn't save you when you needed my help. Save me? Ha! Why bother saying such nonsense now? It's not going to change anything. The only thing you could do now is die by my hand. Ugh. And still I'll show you that I can save you. Dad, stop it. Id. Father's not nothing wrong. I know. This one is the real culprit. Mother and father had no choice. Even Id is on our side with this one. Thanks. Pass it back to me. I'm playing with Mother. This is not reality. It's all fake. It's a trick. All of it. No, get out. This is my room. I thought you would always be with me. Why don't you see reality? Happiness, sadness, aren't all these parts combined to make the whole? Why don't you show them? Why don't you also show what id one you always want to watch? No, that's mine. I don't want to share it to the person who killed Mother. You should talk. You're the one who killed Mother. No, I didn't. You did. I did not kill her. Mother didn't care for you. Father didn't notice either. That's why you killed her. I didn't kill her. I didn't. Knock it off. We killed Mother, but there's no one fault but ours. It's not because she became Ming or because Father didn't notice. Don't look outside for a reason. Don't blame anyone but yourself. Yes, Mother was Ming. I know that you suffered. No one could have endured it. You can't push on it alone. We're all one person. We almost become one, right, Faye? Walk on your own 2 feet. Face up to the reality that you don't want to see. Show them to it everything you took from yourself. Lies, that woman, the scene. All illusions she made up. I'm a conscience can see through this trick. It won't be swayed. And that's enough. Doing that is not going to solve anything. Mother saved us at the last moment. This is the truth, right? The reality isn't all grim, all it. Or coward couldn't save anyone. It can only destroy. Thought I could only make a connection with others through destruction. So I had to destroy it all. People, the world, even Ellie. No, that's not the case. We can save others just as our mother, despite Ming Ming, saved us. Our power can save people. We can save Ellie. That's a first. Mother being so warm. To me, she almost seems too warm. Faye, take the memories I have within me. You must know what it used to be like until now. Know our identity about who we are, and figure out what ought to be done. Our integration is not yet complete. They gotta join forces. William, Abel, live. How is Emperor Cain such an a-hole? I just can't hand over child over to you. Live. Lacan, live. God doesn't exist in our world, then I'll create God with my own hands. What is this place? My execution site? Why do you turn on me? I thought we were friends. Who is it? Did I cause this? What has happened to me? What have I become? Live. I will live. If I go to hell, I will live till the end of this world. Even if the world comes to an end, I will destroy it with my own hands. Faye, who is it? Who's calling me? I am Har. What is this light? I reside in Zohar. I am the beginning and the end, the first and the last. God? God, someone referred to me as that. From a certain point of view, it is right to view me as such, but at the same time, I am not. I am part of you. I'm defined by how people observe me. You're actually talking to a virtual version of me that your younger self create. I'm your perception of me. I understand what you're talking about. Who or what are you? In one word, existence. Existence. In actuality, I do not have a physical form. I am an existence of a higher dimension, a place where you cannot perceive. But in terms of you understanding, it is a world where if everything acts as kinds of waves. It is the source of this fourth dimensional universe, the place where time and space is controlled, the fluctuation void, the wave existence. What does such an existence have to do with me? Long ago, a modifier or a pseudo perpetual infinite energy engine was created. The engine was named Zohar. That reactor was created by an ancient people from another planet to attain what is considered to be the ultimate energy possible within this four-dimensional universe. Eventually, those people used that same energy engine to create the ultimate interplanetary invasion weapon, Deus. Zohar was used as its primary source of power, but the unexpected happened. During the connection test of Zohar with the newly completed Deus, the engine started to examine infinite potential phenomena. Firing energy, the engine connected this dimension to the higher dimensional space. As a result, that reactor merged or synchronized with the wave of existence in the higher dimension. Me. I descended from the point of contact created by the machine through the path of Sephiroth, or the domain you are currently in right now, an incarnation of the four-dimensional world. After I advented to the four-dimensional world, in order to stabilize myself here, I had to exchange or materialize my form and enter into the modifier engine. In other words, I became bound in Zohar, the cage of fleshly existence. Since the time I was bound in Zohar, I've always wanted to return to my own dimension. I came to a conclusion. I had to reverse the process I went through to arrive here. I must be released by the one who instilled within me special features of this dimension, the will that is one is you. Said it was me, a special feature? Yes, I was given a special attribute of a human by you, the contact. When you observed me, I was given a mother's will. A mother's will? I'm sure you remember. After my descendant, you had contact with the modifier engine Zohar. As a contact being but only a child, you define my existence with your desire to return to your mother. Thus I came to prepare the mother's will. That will is Eliam. Ellie's disposition was influenced by me? Yes, my will was incarnated through a biocomputer which was vital for Deus. After combining with me, the biocomputer evolved its functions and that bioplant generated a central element. That is her. I was split up by your contact. My physical form or flesh stayed in Zohar while my went into Eliham and my power went into you. That's why I waited for you to unite with you. My only remaining desire is to break this cage of fleshly existence. In order to do that, I must become perfect by combining with Eliam as well as with my other physical form Deus. The only way to return to my original dimension is to destroy this physical body in the four-dimensional world. Zohar is perfect. So in order to destroy Zohar, I need the strength that was attributed to you. Zohar can only be destroyed by the hands of the contact. What about Ellie? If Zohar is destroyed, what will come of Ellie? Zohar and Deus are one. She is bound to the system by another's will to become one with me. In order to release her, it is necessary to destroy that very system that serves as Deus, the Deus weapon. However, having been created as weapon, the Deus system only seeks to unify itself with all of you for a different purpose other than mine. Originally, her release should have been performed by me, the one who desired to return back to the higher dimension, but I am also bound to the system just as she is, so I'm unable to participate. You're the only one who can release her from the spell. Just as Deus and I are inseparable, you and her are also inseparable. Alright, I'll destroy Deus and the Zohar modifier and I'll save Ellie. You have experienced much loss and deprivation on your life. It is very tragic. Our contact and the resulting transference of power and will between you and I most likely played a factor in splitting your personality. I disagree. I can't blame anything on anyone but myself. Regardless of what may have happened in the past, with the passing of time, causes cause becomes more remote. It is a problem that comes within myself that I must myself defeat. I see you have managed to accept these tragedies, to tolerate all things, to comprehend and find where you stand in the world. If you have succeeded to do all of these things, I am sure you will succeed in what awaits you now. To liberate all of us, use the Xenogears. Destroy Zohar. Wait, there's more I need to ask you. The system is awakening. Ask her later. Alright, I guess this is where we're gonna go off because this video is already a little bit longer than an hour. So we're gonna save here and we're gonna move on to the next part. I didn't expect that to be so long, but after this, it'll be the open world again, and we'll be able to go to certain places again. So we're gonna do that in the next part. So see you then. Peace.